the ideal data science manager for you? Like who mentored you the best, and what traits do they have to like help hone your skills going forward, I suppose?
Yeah. So one thing I would say was so I have also sort of been in, even though it wasn't for long, in sort of a manager lead role, where I helped build a team from, I think, about 3 people to maybe 9, 10 data scientists. And some of the things, just thinking back, some of the things that I've seen, that actually sort of work like well, at least for me, was sort of communication. So just constant communication with the junior engineers. It's actually with all the junior data scientists is really, really good. And when I say constant communication, I'm not saying that you have to micromanage the person, right? So especially if you're managing someone and you don't want them to be in the assumption that, or maybe you don't care, or maybe they just assume that you know everything going on with the project. So just constant communication. It's always very good, even like reaching out to them. I know sometimes manager just wait until until the employee reaches out. Now, as a manager, you can always reach out to communicate, to sort of understand, especially if they're having problems, maybe with the project, with the solution, and then if there are resources that you could use or get for them to be able to like solve problems and solve any problems that they have. So that's very important. Another thing that I think is very important is that sometimes, I mean, you have different dynamics in your team. There's some that are really, really good. The ones that are really, really good, don't let them get bored. This is very tricky. It's like sometimes you want to make sure that the ones that are good, I mean, you want to make sure that they're using like the intellectual capacity, or on at least not all the time, but almost all the time. And so if a project is getting boring to them, you should be able to identify it and talk to them about it and find ways that, because for example, I had someone that I worked with who was very intelligent. And then I noticed that at some point, he was getting bored of the project. And then I spoke to him, and then I noticed that, oh yeah, it's because the project right now has to do with a lot of like data engineering work. And then all we had to do is just allocate more data engineers to the project, because we had data engineers that can work on the project, so that the person can focus on like the more technical part of the project, right? So those are some of the things that I would say as a manager.
I think Percy has a question. Do you want to unmute your mic, Percy?
Yeah, thanks, Emmanuel.